You got challenges that you're going to run across.
What player took you around campus? I know they always have one guy that takes you around.
Well, it was kind of a number of guys, but I actually had a guy. He actually, it's kind of a funny story because when I committed to Auburn, it was kind of a big story. So some of the guys at Alabama didn't want to show me around because I had committed to Auburn. So there's a guy by the name of Darren Greenwood. He was a backup defensive back from Lynette, Alabama. He took me around, so never forget that. But I did spend time with all the other players too. It was kind of just, I think some of them kind of in a funny way were like, man, I'm not showing him around. He just committed to Auburn. And then the funny part about it, Alabama was playing Auburn in basketball that weekend in Tuscaloosa that I visited Alabama. So I ended up seeing a bunch of the guys that I'd hung out with at Auburn the week before at the game. And so, it was just kind of a funny deal, because I'm talking to those guys and, I'm hanging out with the Bama guys.
I know that was strange. So now, we know that I heard you play running back, right?
I did. And Tony, now you mentioned something. Now you talked about Winona. There were some guys way before me at Winona that were really good players. There was a guy by the name of Johnny McDaniel, and I tell you what, he went on to play. And it's funny because he got drafted by the Bengals, so he played for the Bengals.
Okay.
And then after a few years there, he went to the Redskins. So the same path that I ended up taking, years later, he had already taken. But Johnny McDaniels, that was.
Well, I was just joking because during my day, our high school was very popular. We won a lot. I'm like 10 years older than you, so during that time we won a lot, and Winona and football didn't win a lot at all. And then Winona was a tough school, so we didn't even go over that way. You know what I'm saying? Because they shoot.
You didn't cross the tracks, did you? You didn't cross those railroad tracks.
Yeah, we didn't want to go where Winona. So, I can't even think but one guy from my high school that went to the league, and that's Travis McNeil, tight end. You remember Travis?
I know Travis very well, man. A great guy. Matter of fact, I played little league ball or park ball for the same youth league that he played for, the same team. And it's funny, I actually ended up having the same coaches he had, so they talked about him, and he'd come by, talk to us. Travis doing really well.
Where is he now? Is he in Birmingham or is he in Atlanta?
He's in Birmingham. I know he's kind of he's got his own business. He's doing some things, business-wise, doing pretty good. But Travis, I always looked up to Travis.
Yeah, his two sisters were. One of his sisters was with me in my senior year, and then his other sister was right behind me. And I think he came a couple of years later. But I was just messing with you about Winona because at that time,
because you're gonna make me start talking about guys like Papa Jackson, man, a big time baseball guy that played at Winona. Actually ended up being he was the pitching coach for the Boston Red Sox for a long time.
Okay, was
a part of a World Series, winning the World Series.
Okay, because my only, when I think of Winona for sports was the High brothers back in the day. Johnny. Right. Now they had another High brother that played at Jones Valley, right?
They did. I can't think of his name.
He's the younger brother. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, so they had a big family, man, of basketball players.
Well, I'll tell you, something interesting about Winona that was kind of interesting, and you brought it up. Basketball was big at Winona. I mean, it was big. A lot of state championships in basketball, and But the funny thing is, we had since Johnny McDaniels, I've got to count at 10 NFL guys.
Really?
Oh yeah.
From Winona.
From Winona. Right now, you've got Quentin Williams that plays for the Jets. Him and his brother. His brother plays linebacker for the Jets.
Okay, the two went to Bama, right?
Quincy didn't go to Alabama, but Quentin did.
Members, right? one with the Mississippi State. Did one go to Mississippi State or something like that?
Quincy actually went to Murray State. He went to Murray State.
Okay.
And Quentin went to Alabama. But, you know, so you got those two, and you kind of keep going back. And Joe Webb that played at UAB. There's some other guys that played at Alabama and some other places. But it's just kind of funny, you know, we won those state championships in basketball with no football state championships. And my high school coach got close. They went to the state championship game, and but they weren't able to pull it out.
Yeah, my senior year we went to the, I think it was the game before the championship, and Parker beat the brakes off us. That year, the first game of the year, we beat them like by 3 or 4 touchdowns, and then when we played them in the playoff, they beat us like 31 or something, and then they went and lost to Mount Brook. We was all there cheering for them, and they lost to Mount Brook. Mount Brook, it was Mount Brook. Yeah, it was Mount Brook.
That's funny. Mount Brook just played for the state championship this year in 6A. They didn't win it, but they played for it. So it's funny you said that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
So now, when you went to Bama, man, I still remember the Sugar Bowl where everybody had Miami winning, and I'm gonna tell you, I didn't think y'all was gonna beat Miami, man. I really did. I really did. What were y'all thinking in the locker room? You know, because wait a minute. Before, I mean, you had an interception in that game. How many? It was like he threw 5 picks that game, right?
I think it was at least 3.
Yeah, we got Shade right here with the pick, you know. So, and that's the one where T walked down your boy, the wide receiver, right? Took the ball from him.
The one he walked down, Lamar Thomas.
Yeah.
That was one of the. It's funny. That was one of the top plays in Alabama history, and it didn't count. One of our defensive ends jumped off sides, and so actually the play didn't count. So,
man, I don't even remember. I don't remember. I thought that was actually he walked and took the ball from him and started coming back up the field. They called it back.
They called it back because it was a free play for their offense. It was a free play. Once we jumped off sides, they just let the play keep going, and you know. So if Miami had scored, it would have been a touchdown. But you know, the ball ended up going back, and they got 5 yards off of the play. But
you got challenges that you're going to run across.
Make sure you subscribe and also hit the all button. You know, that's the little bell for all the new content that will be coming out. Thank you.